Hello, fabulous superstar Leo. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of July 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. We do have an active sky playing out right now. That is true. But before I jump into this month, I just want to give you a little bit of a heads up because there is something rare that is taking place now. It starts this month and culminates next month, and that is eclipse season. Normally, 2 eclipses happen back to back, 2 weeks apart, and it opens up a portal where the ancients said the veil between the worlds was especially thin. Well, what's different this time is that we are going to have 3 eclipses back to back to back, extending right into next month. And the final eclipse that takes place is going to be in your sign. Now, I will be here to talk about it then, but I did want to mention it because it is important to understand not only the context of this month, but also that there is this sense of a new beginning on the horizon for you. And that makes this time especially important. It is going to help you to clear space for the new and the next to find you, which is coming up next month, but also to get right in love and in your relationship as well. So let's start with the first eclipse right around the 12th of the month, give or take a day on either side, depending on where you are on the planet. We are going to have the first eclipse, and it extends this period of time where the wisdom is that much more easy to access. This is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with the wisdom. It has to do with what's happening on a level of soul and spirit and what's happening very much behind the scenes. Sometimes you're aware of it, sometimes you're not. And it is also about what's happening on a very energetic level. This to me, and what I see here, is intense awareness that creates great fortune. I also see here karmic blessings as well. This is a very fortunate eclipse for a few reasons. Yes, it is intense. Yes, it is going to suggest change, but at the same time, it suggests blessing. So what's happening with this eclipse? It is speaking in supreme harmony with Neptune and with Jupiter, setting up what is called a grand trine in the sky. Supremely fortunate energy. The other part of this is that Pluto will be standing across the sky, adding power, adding transformation, adding intensity. And then Jupiter is standing still in the sky, changing directions at this time. Now you put it all together and it suggests a time that is incredibly important. A time when you may realize some very deep truths about yourself that before just you were not aware of. Now it could be just like habits that you didn't know you were doing that were undermining you, where there was a disconnect between what you say you want and what you're doing to get you to the direction of what you want. Some truth about yourself, like again, maybe there's something you've said you wanted, but really the truth is you don't really care about it. This is going to allow you to get in touch with that deeper truth. A lot of this may show up for you in the dream space. So very important to pay attention to your dreams. When we have an eclipse like this in the sign just before yours, what it says is literally like you get up, you've had the dream and you get up and the whole world looks different to you. What it was that was confounding or elusive all of a sudden makes clear sense. Now, the other part of this is karmic blessing. I'm seeing that very clearly here. And it could be that something that you did long ago that you forgot about was noted and now brings greater opportunity into your life. So as part of facilitating greater opportunity to you now and in the present. This is where people come out of the woodwork to find you, to bless your life, to bring you opportunity. There's not a whole lot that you need to do. In fact, with energy like this, I mean, really, it's not about chasing it or going after it or making it happen. It's about the allowing the opportunity to come, allowing the affirmations to come, and also allowing the awarenesses to come that are going to set the stage for this sense of a truth about yourself, this sense of a new beginning for yourself that is going to take place for you most profoundly next month. But do pay attention to what happens in the days following the eclipse, because that is going to be a little bit of a preview and a little bit of an intuition as to the bigger changes coming up for you next month. Now, as we move towards the later part of the month, we are going to have a lunar eclipse. Now, this lunar eclipse is a little bit different in the way it's speaking to other power players. Mars is retrograde in the same part of the sky and actually quite close to this eclipse. And if you remember, I mentioned Mars retrograde to you, right? This is a part of the sky that Mars is retrograding in that has to do with partnerships of all kinds, including love. Having an eclipse so close to this Mars in your opposite sign, speaking with Uranus, no doubt, will have you looking at some truth about where you are in love and why. It will bring with it some events, some development, some change in your understanding of what partnership and love mean to you. Now, of course, some of you may experience this in addition to love, may also experience this where it comes to matters of professional alliances as well. When it is a lunar eclipse, it represents a closure. Okay, it represents an ending. And so this can be a time when, for example, with a business relationship, you realize it has served its purpose in your life. But because of the way that Uranus is speaking, because of Mars being retrograde in this part of the sky, it is actually more personal. It is actually more meaningful, but also more surprising, the epiphanies that you have at this time. When you have important lunar activity happening in your opposite sign, it represents a time when someone does show up to help you to know where you are in love and why and how you feel about it. And so some of that awareness may take you by surprise. And ultimately, this is about you, for one, having the awareness, but also accepting what it is that you want in love, what it is that you don't, the barriers that you might have to love, or whether or not you even want that or want to go in that direction. Well, all of that will become more clear for you at this time. With Uranus involved, there's a lot of surprise energy here, okay? So things could move very quickly. There's almost an urgency to the energy playing out here at this time. But also because that Mars is retrograde, it tells me that there's a connection to a deeper truth and a deeper wisdom that is playing out at the same time as well. Now, if you are in an established bond, this is going to bring awareness, okay? That's what it comes down to. And if you are with the person that is right for you, then the awareness that comes may still be a surprise, but it'll help the two of you kind of clear the air and know where you are and get more honest with each other about where you are and what you really want and how well this is working and how to make it work better. If it is that you are with somebody and maybe it's not the right connection for you, you are going to know that at this time as well. Because of that surprise factor, it does tell me that it is very much about what is revealed and comes into your awareness. And if this is not the person for you, that is going to come into your awareness as well. Ultimately, what does transpire, because it involves Uranus, is ultimately good. It is ultimately liberating and ultimately an energy that is going to move you towards a greater sense of authenticity in every area of life. But of course, for this month in particular, where it has to do with your partnerships and with love. What I love about this month for you is that really it's just beginning. You're just getting started. And it really is going to accelerate once we get you into next month. So yes, right now it's more about what's happening within. And yes, it's about getting clear and getting straight with what's happening in terms of another person or where it comes to love. But then the focus will eventually come back to you. And so for now, because it is that other persons are your spiritual teachers, welcome them, embrace them, and allow yourself to have the experiences that ultimately will empower you to know, to redefine, and to celebrate not only what love is to you, but who you are for you as well. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week by logging on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space, as well as special horoscopes as well. They're on my website. They're in the superstar space, Mars retrograde special, and so much more. I look forward to meeting you there. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.